Hi, I'm the Rap Critic, but for this holiday season, you can call me the Rap Critic, because I'm still the same person and there's no reason why that would change. But for Christmas time, you know I'm a man of lyrics, and every year there are songs that have gotten into our hearts and minds, and especially on our nerves, for the holiday season. So I'm gonna rattle off the list of songs with the worst lyrics, cause that's just what I do. Let's get started.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
You know, the fact that this is obviously an adult trying to sound like a child, even though he actually ends up sounding like an old man, makes this really hard to listen to. Also, the fact that the old man he sounds like is Herbert the pervert from Family Guy is not helping the song age well. But what's most annoying is that this is the joke.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth, so I can wish you Merry Christmas. Christmas, Christmas.
Oh, get it? He doesn't have his front teeth, so he whistles when he talks. This was a #1 single in 1949. In January. As in, this song was such a big hit in the Christmas of 1948 that not only did it play throughout all of that December, it actually survived on the charts long enough to make it to #1 3 weeks after anyone should still be thinking about Christmas. Apparently, whistling was just a free and laugh riot in the 40s.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Well, at least this one's being performed by a kid instead of a creepy sounding adult. Okay, I get it. This song's supposed to be cute and everything. The joke being, oh, you kids say the darndest things, asking for a hippo for Christmas. But first off, even as a kid, I knew this sounded stupid. And sounded more like what an adult would think that a kid would want, seeing as it was written by an adult. However, I will say though, I'm not dissing the girl who's performing the song. She's actually pretty charismatic and shows that even with the doofiest lyrics, a good performer can make a stupid song better.
No crocodiles or rhinoceroses. I only like hippopotamuses.
She actually improvised that stutter, which makes it even more cute, honestly. But, I was supposed to have a #2, wasn't I? Oh yeah, #2.
Mom says the hippo would eat me up, but then teacher says a hippo is a vegetarian.
I hate to ruin the fantasy of this song, but hippos are kind of known for killing a lot of people. In fact, apparently they kill approximately 3,000 people a year. It would be statistically safer to ask for a shark than it would be to ask for a hippo. But I guess hippos have a cutesier name, so you know.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me.
Okay, so apparently I'm so poor, I don't even know what the first thing she's referencing is. What the hell is a sable? According to Google, it's a small animal hunted for its soft, luxurious fur. And so I get it. This song's supposed to be about a money-hungry girlfriend coming to her sugar daddy about the things she wants. But then she says,
Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I haven't kissed.
that seems like a weird thing to say to your man. Think of all the guys I could have had sex with, but didn't because I love when you buy me things.
How romantic.
But okay, fine. People have relationships where guys buy girls things just to keep her with them. Okay, well, what does she want?
I want a yacht and really that's not a lot.
Says the person who doesn't have to pay for it.
One little thing I really need, the deed.
The deed? To, like, his house?
To a platinum mine.
To a platinum mine? Jesus alive, what type of person are you dating that has access to a friggin' platinum mine? I know gold-digging girlfriends exist and that they ask for extravagant things, but this is beyond that. In fact, it's 2 precious metals beyond that to be exact. And yeah, some could argue that it's a novelty song and that it's not supposed to be taken seriously. There's some nuance to its tongue-in-cheek nature which can be construed as a satire of greedy women. And with Eartha's delivery, I can totally see that because it's laid so thick, you have to see the list as a joke. Unfortunately though, as years have gone by, other people's recordings of this song don't really seem to get that same nuance. I mean, listen to Ariana Grande's version, for example.
The one thing that I really do need, the deed to a platinum mine.
It sounds like she doesn't even know what a platinum mine is. These are just words to a song that are recorded to make a quick buck off the holiday season. So any hint of irony or satire is kind of washed away, so it just leaves this straightforward greedy woman asking for expensive crap and trying to be sexy about it. In fact, they even changed one of the lyrics, which only serves to make it more directly literal.
Santa
original version, she says, "That's not a lot," which you can see as the writer making fun of the fact that paying for a yacht is actually really friggin' expensive. But to be cute, she's trying to downplay it, and that's the gag. But in this version, for her to say "that's not a lie," it takes away the argument that it's a joke and just flat out says, "No, I'm not lying to you. I really want you to buy this." And then, for some reason, I guess Michael Bublé ran out of Christmas songs and tried to do a guy version of this. And,
Santa buddy, a 65 convertible to steel blue. I'll wait up for you, dude. Santa buddy,
this isn't working.
Santa Pally, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lie. I've been a sweetie all year.
Like, with the other versions, you can have the sugar daddy aspect of it, but with this one, he's just like, "Hey, Santa, come on, give me a platinum mine real quick. Yeah, we're buddies, right? Come on, hook me up." I hate this song. It is quite possibly the most annoying Christmas tune ever, just because of that repetition. This song is at best enjoyable for the first 2 Christmases you hear it, because, you know, you're trying to figure out which item is next. But immediately after that, it's just a bore. And it sounds like it's trying to annoy you too, with the way the melody goes after a while.
10 lords a leaping, 9 ladies dancing.
And with most songs, there's usually some purpose behind the weird lyrics. But with this song, people have tried to find the meaning behind these symbols, like why the first half of it is just different types of birds, and why gold rings randomly show up, and why it goes from being just about birds to all of a sudden incorporating people dancing and playing instruments while 8 random women are milking cows in the background. But nope! As far as we know, there is no actual significance to any of these things. So any cultural significance can't be accounted for. It's just an on its face, really repetitive song with no purpose other than to piss me off. I mean, does anyone ever want to sing this thing? I only ever hear people request it of other people to see if they can remember any of the items past 5 gold rings. So please, can we put this one to bed? We've got enough Christmas songs, and so many older Christmas songs that are so beautiful and get forgotten, like the Coventry Carol or In the Bleak Midwinter. Wonderful songs that, even if you're not into the Christian origins of Christmas, have sweet, tuneful melodies that are being pushed aside for dreck like this.
But when you're having fun,
Well, I think you know why I had to have this one on my list.
there's a world outside your window, and it's a world of dread and fear.
Look, I know they did this for Ethiopia, as that's where the relief money went, but the only mention of any place in this song is just the general continent of Africa, where they say,
And there won't be snow in Africa this Christmas time. The greatest gift they'll get this year is life.
so is snow the only marker of whether or not someone's gonna have a good Christmas? Because in that case, we need to send some relief efforts to Southern California stat.
Where the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears.
And the Nile, literally the second longest river in the world.
And the Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom.
Okay, I want you to imagine something. Imagine if a bunch of Chinese musicians came together and made a song about sending money to Chicago to help them out after hearing about the high gun death rate. But instead of specifically saying Chicago, they just made a blanket statement about America and had lyrics where they said condescending shit like, and the only ringing they hear at Christmas are the shots of AK-47s. You'd probably be like, dude, you don't know what the reality is to live in this country, and you're comically exaggerating a problem that you haven't actually experienced for the sake of your sappy poetry, so screw you. We'll still take your money though. That's what makes this song so annoying to me. Also this lyric.
Well, tonight, thank God it's them instead of you.
Dude, you. In both contexts, this is messed up, because if you're taking it to be sincere, it is a move to tell people to thank God that someone else is in a situation instead of you, just on principle. But in the obvious, snide, smart-ass way that he really means to say that line, also that's a terrible sentiment to bring up in a song that's supposed to be geared towards getting people to give out of the goodness of their own hearts, making it less about giving because it's the right thing to do and more of giving because, well, don't you feel like an ass because you have a good life and they don't? And in that case, if you want to be such a smarmy smartass in a song about charity and giving to others, well, Bono, what the hell is wrong with your wallet? No, seriously, let's look at what's happening here. A bunch of multi-millionaires are taking private jets from around the world to record and perform this song telling you to give to charity. So this is essentially rich people telling middle-class people to give to poor people. Why don't you cut out the middleman and the middle class and just give it yourself? I mean, after all this revelry and hand-wringing, was there any word about the musicians themselves giving money out of their own pockets for this cause? Look at it like this. After all their efforts to make this song, they raised $14 million, all from the people that went out and bought the single. But let's do the math. There are at least 40 musicians in this room, all of them multi-millionaires. If they gave $1 million each, that would nearly triple the amount of cash going to this cause that they are apparently so adamant about. And look, I know I did a charity this year, but the difference is this. The amount of money they raised could have also been achieved by not buying the 40 different private jets they used to get to the studio and just give to the charity themselves.
Do they know it's Christmas time at all?
Hey, what if some of them are Muslims and don't give a damn that it's Christmas? I mean, what you're essentially asking is, hey, don't they know that this is the time that we've designated that everyone is supposed to have fun? Now, what's funny to me is that the 30th anniversary that they did in 2014 tried to correct some of these lyrics. The song is now about a specific problem, the spread of Ebola, and the line about the only water flowing is the bitter sting of tears crap was replaced with this.
Where a kiss of love can kill you, and there's death in every tear.
Which is still pretty inaccurate. But hey, at least I can see where they're coming from with the kiss of love can kill you thing, because some people might not know they have Ebola until it's too late, but then you've accidentally given it to someone else. I get that.
And Christmas bells that ring there are the clanging chimes of doom.
But for some reason they decided to keep this corny ass line, as if once again the only thing people in Ethiopia are missing is Christmas bells.
Well, tonight we'll reach in out and touching you.
And I just love how they got Bono to sing this line, but with more generic lyrics this time. As if to apologize for coming off as such a pompous ass 30 years ago. Although it's still a pretty bad lyric. Like in the first context, we're reaching out and touching you, sounds as if he's just so sure that he's just pulling at your heartstrings. And yeah, that shit ain't happening. But also, in another context, what is he trying to say? What? Tonight we're reaching out to tap you on the shoulder and tell you to give money to help these people. Once again, Bono, what the hell is wrong with your wallet? There are about 20 musicians on this version of the song. And since it's 2014, maybe they're not multi-millionaires, but it wouldn't be an argument to say that they've got at least $1 million or so in the bank. This charity single raised $1.5 million. Now there are 20 millionaires in this video, and those people got together to tell you to give money that ultimately only equated to 1.5 million. And you mean to tell me that it wouldn't have been a better use of their time if they each gave, what, 100,000 each to equal about the same, if not a higher payout? It just confirms what we already kinda knew. It wasn't about helping people to these guys, it was about a positive exposure, and the shit is ringing hollow to people. Look, like my man Todd said when he reviewed the American version of this, We Are the World, if you want to help out, there are charities that are doing good things in the world. But please, let's not inspire people to keep doing ego-inflating crap like this for millionaires. In fact, what I'd like to see is a whole bunch of middle-class people get some money together and make an ad that only airs in Beverly Hills and all the richest areas of the world, asking the rich to give to charity, instead of wealthy performers guilt-tripping the average person scraping by as it is into giving because they don't have it as bad as the less fortunate. Get out of here with that nonsense. Well, anyway, I'm the Rap Critic, and I hope the dulcet tones you hear during this Christmas time have nothing to do with these songs. Well, alright, the hippopotamus one's not that bad. Oh yeah, and also, a hefty percentage of the money from the original single was mismanaged and ended up providing guns to Ethiopian warlords who were partially responsible for the famine in Ethiopia in the first place. So, you know, Merry Christmas.